Who doesn't love music? It provides the soundtrack to our lives and makes elevator rides a whole lot less awkward. Today we're basically going to tell you that Santa Claus isn't real and that your whole life has been a lie with a rundown of 10 songs that you probably didn't know were covers. And let me tell you, there are a couple on this list that I could have sworn were authentic, so unless you're an all-knowing music god, brace yourself for your mind to be blown. But we're starting you out with a tame one. So first up on our list is a song that's well known to be a cover for those who were not fetuses in the early 90s. But if you're a part of the 90s Babies Club, this one may come as a surprise to you because this version is so iconic. Yep, I Will Always Love You, made mega famous by the voice herself, Miss Whitney Houston, is in fact a cover of the original written and performed by Dolly Parton.
All of this, I wish you love, and I will always love you.
Dolly recorded I Will Always Love You in 1973, which earned her the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart before Whitney Houston recorded the song in 1992 for her classic film The Bodyguard, establishing the song as one of the best-selling singles of all time and making Dolly's wallet very happy. Next up is another pretty well-known cover, but if you took part in that era of Aaron Carter and Lizzie McGuire mania, you may not have known this song was an oldie. I Want Candy was originally recorded by the Strangeloves back in 1965 and has been covered by several artists since. But the most familiar cover is by early 2000s heartthrob Aaron Carter. Aaron covered the song in 2000 and famously performed it on the Christmas episode of Lizzie McGuire, back in the day that was. Can you believe over 14 years ago? Crazy. Next up is Girls Just Wanna Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. Or so you may have thought. You've heard it. Girls Just Wanna Have Fun was a mega hit for Cyndi Lauper in 1983, but the original was actually by a man named Robert Hazard, who wrote the song and recorded a demo in 1979. And in case you're as confused as I initially was when I found out the song was originally by a dude, let me clarify that his version was written from a male point of view, and Cyndi ended up slightly changing the lyrics to make it more feminine. Moving right along to yet another cover that may surprise you, it's No Doubt's version of It's My Life. This song was originally released by a British band called Talk Talk in 1984 and re-released in 1990. No Doubt then covered the song in 2003, around the time when Gwen Stefani was working on her debut solo album, Love Angel Music Baby. Next up is Hallelujah, aka the song everyone became obsessed with from Shrek.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
You may be familiar with a few artists who've covered this popular track, including Jeff Buckley, John Cale, Rufus Wainwright, and many others, but the original was written and performed by Canadian singer-songwriter Leonard Cohen and was released in 1984. This next cover song you should know is a cover, and yes, I'm shamelessly judging you if you thought otherwise, but we had to include it because this was a popular version that could have easily been mistaken for the original. Britney recorded I Love Rock and Roll in 2002 and performed it in her movie Crossroads from the same year. But in case you're thinking Joan Jett and the Blackhearts' 1976 version was the original, think again, my friends. It was these long-haired cuties, otherwise known as Alan Merrill and the Arrows, who recorded the original in 1975. And speaking of rock and roll, let's talk about the commercialized king of the genre, Elvis Presley. I'm sorry, Elvis fans, I love me some Elvis, but he was not the real king of rock and roll because have you ever heard of Chuck Berry? Do some research and educate yourselves, and if that surprises you, you may be shocked to find out that this next song was not an Elvis original.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
I haven't been this baffled since I found out Columbus didn't discover America, but all jokes aside, Hound Dog was originally recorded by a 25-year-old rhythm and blues singer named Willie Mae Thornton, also known as Big Mama.
You ain't
settle that one in a round of trivia. But next up is yet another throwback you may be shocked to find out is a cover.
R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-C-T.
Whether you recognize this song from the Ice Cube movie Are We There Yet, or Ashley Banks singing it in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air repeats, you know this song. Respect was made famous by Aretha Franklin after she recorded it in 1965, but the song was written and originally released by Otis Redding. The versions are drastically different, and it was actually Aretha who added the famous chorus where she reminds us how to spell respect. This next Undercover cover is from our girl Beyonce.
If I were a boy, I think I could understand.
That's right, B's hit If I Were a Boy off her I Am Sasha Fierce album was previously written and recorded by a singer-songwriter named B.C. Jean. However, Jean's version was rejected by her record company, and Beyonce later recorded her own version. And lastly, I'm almost positive that this Undercover cover topping off our list will blow your mind, so lay down some protective tarp.
When I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
Cups from Pitch Perfect, made famous by the multi-talented Anna Kendrick, is in fact a cover of a song sung by Lulu and the Lampshades, based on the original from the 1930s called When I'm Gone by the Carter Family. The song also has been covered by Charlie Monroe. Had no idea. All of these covers not only go to show you that your whole life has been a lie, but that music completely transcends time because covers can be just as notable or sometimes even more notable than the originals. So which one of these covers did you think was the original? Sound off in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and then click right over here for a rundown of the most overplayed songs of 2014. Thanks for watching Clevver Music. I'm Danielle Robay, and I'll see you next time.